Hi guys, this is Tanuj Virwani and you are watching me on Awesome TV. Maybe we didn't get as much time to interact, to bond, to get a better sense of each other. This time on the it's been completely different because it's like her and me versus everyone, right? There's been Nikhil, there's been Ranvijay, there's been Arjun. All have been fantastic doing what they do. And I think what makes them fantastic is that they didn't copy each other. They were unique. They trusted their instinct. They went with with what their set of skills was, and that's exactly what I am going to do as well. I think maybe Roadies.
Okay.
I think Roadies is a pretty badass show. No, no. I don't think I'm cut out to be a contestant on any of the shows. And well, thank you, Astha. Thank you so much. Well, so I'm getting a lot of diverse reactions, to be honest. जब सनी ने पहले सोशल मीडिया पे अनाउंस किया था कि that I'm going to be the new co-host, it was met with mixed reactions because कोई लोग बहुत excited थे, कोई लोग काफी खफा थे because maybe they missed the old hosts. So there have been a lot of things, and I feel कि the only way I can show you guys what I have is by proving my worth, and that you'll see in MTV Splitsvilla 15 once it starts airing on the 30th of March. So मैं personally बहुत excited हूँ क्योंकि ये मेरे लिए बहुत अलग है. ना कोई script, ना कोई character, ना कोई co-stars. You have co-host and Sunny over here, there are no co-stars over here. And it was very real, it was very organic. So मैं cautiously optimistic हूँ that something cool is going to come out of it. Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. I am nervous because I think whenever you try something new, which is so far removed from what you are used to doing, which is acting, it can be pretty nerve-wracking. Also these days, everyone has an opinion. Everyone's a journalist. Everyone's a critic. Everyone has a point of view. Having said that, I'm also incredibly excited because now that we've filmed the entire season, I know the way the story flows. I know what I've done. I know what all has transpired, and I can't wait to see it all come together in a coherent manner. And I can't wait for you guys to keep tuning in day after day, week after week, to see how Splitsvilla 15 unfolds. Really, really cool season. I don't think equations ever change per se. With nice people, equations evolve, and I definitely think that there has been quite an amazing, beautiful evolution of the equation that Sunny and me share together. Back when we worked together back in 2016, I was a newbie. I was very, very new, and the subject of the film was such that it was pretty intense. I was troubling her, I was stalking her. That was the vibe of the film. So maybe we didn't get as much time to interact, to bond, to get a better sense of each other. This time on the it's been completely different because it's like her and me versus everyone, right? I mean, because we're hosting it together. So sometimes we're hosting, sometimes we're roasting them, sometimes we're having fun, sometimes we're helping them participate in the different challenges. So it was great, and we spent a lot more time together. I think we really got the chance to get to know each other better, to bond better on the show. It was beautiful because even though she's such a veteran of Splitsvilla, I believe this is her 9th season, not once did she make me feel that, hey, this is my gig, you just got here. She has been so inclusive. And coming to the topic of inclusivity, I think Sunny is just overall a very, very inclusive person. She's very inclusive of her team. She's very inclusive of people on set. Every morning she makes it a point to go and say good morning to everyone, from the Jaffer department to the light, to the sound, to the catering department, to all the technicians. And she makes us all feel that, hey, listen, I am where I am because I have 200 people standing behind me. And I find that to be a brilliant trait which very few actors have and which many should learn from. So it's been fantastic working with her, and I don't think I would have enjoyed this season half as much if Sunny was not around. It's been fantastic, I mean, she's probably one of the main primary reasons why I even agreed to do the show, because I'm like, okay, there's a certain familiarity. I know her. We go back a long way, so it will not feel completely alien to me. And I'm so glad I went with my gut instinct, because that's exactly what happened. It actually exceeded and superseded any expectations I could have had. So it's been wonderful collaborating with Sunny after all these years. I think the best part about Splitsvilla is that, okay, and this is a piece of advice that we would keep on telling all the contestants, is that, okay, aap dil se bhi act karo, but dimag se bhi khelo, because you need to have a good mix of connection with the right partner, which should be organic, which should be authentic, which should be genuine, ideally, because you cannot win the show alone. But at the same time, you got to be street smart. You got to be sensible. You can't be jazbati. वो कभी-कभी ना जोश में होश खो बैठते हो. You cannot be that sort of person because this show is going to test you in ways you cannot even imagine. It tests you mentally, physically, emotionally. There's a sense of isolation because you're spending so much time away from your family, away from technology, away from your life as you know it, and you're just confined to a certain space with a bunch of people you probably don't know pehle se. So you have to be. So I just feel, like we all grow and evolve in life the more we see of life. But I feel all these kids who've been part of Splitsvilla their growth will be very accelerated because they've really been put through the grinder. And the caveat is that you know that anything you say, anything you do, everything is being recorded, and there's a chance that a very, very large group of people are going to be watching it. I think of course there's been Nikhil, there's been Ranvijay, there's been Arjun. All have been fantastic doing what they do, and I think what makes them fantastic is that they didn't copy each other. They were unique. They trusted their instinct. They went with with what their set of skills was, and that's exactly what I am going to do as well. I think all of us have very, very unique personalities, and hence our equation with Sunny also will be different, and with the contestants will also be different. The way I approach the show is that I'm not going to act. I'm not going to pretend. If I'm feeling anger, you'll see it. If I'm feeling emotional, you'll see me shed a tear or two. If I find something funny, no matter how silly it may be, I will laugh. I'm going to be my unvarnished self, because what happens is we expect the contestants to be genuine and organic and authentic and real and raw. But you have to practice what you preach. And only if I am all of those as well, will their guard come down, and will we be able to create a season which sets itself apart. Because don't forget, this is the 15th season. It's more or less a set format. Chalo, thoda bahut bhi tinker, this, that. But I firmly believe that 80% of Splitsvilla success depends on the contestants and what they bring to the table. So it's my job as a host not to overpower or overshadow them, but to guide them and to kind of give them that sense of like, hey, this is your stage, this is where you get to shine. I need to empower them, and that's what I'm trying to do this season. It would be unfair for me to answer this question because I've only hosted one show and I've been acting since almost a decade now. But what I do need to say is I love working with creatively stimulating people. So then it doesn't matter whether I'm acting for an OTT show or a film. It doesn't matter whether I'm acting for a theatrical release, and it doesn't matter if I'm hosting a show. If you're creatively in sync with your collaborators, it is like a honeymoon. And if you're not in sync, then it can be pretty not great, pretty unpleasant. So at the end of the day, because Splitsvilla, with the creative team, with everybody at MTV, with Sunny, with all the contestants, the vibe was very good. It was very easy breezy. It just flew by. So I think that's one thing that we need to consider. Yeah. Oh man, I have so many BTS that come to mind, but unfortunately, every BTS that I say will have like a spoiler attached to it, because there's some things that happened that you guys will probably watch only after like a couple of months. So it would be wrong for me to kind of get into spoilers. But the one funny thing I could probably say is that it was very chilly at night. So Sunny used to wear lots of layers of clothing because she can't handle the cold. And we also had lots of bugs and insects and bees on set. So we were constantly kind of battling them. And I must say, Sunny's got a damn good aim, because every time a bee came anywhere near us, she would just use something and smack it in the face. But that's all I can say. The rest we'll say after the show's out. I think maybe Roadies.
Okay.
I think Roadies is a pretty badass show. And also, in fact, we have a bunch of contestants on Splitsvilla who have also been on Roadies as well. And so there are a lot of Roadies references. And I feel, Roadies is the more kind of macho, out there, outdoor sort of grunge version of Splitsvilla. So I think I would like to host Roadies someday. No. No. I don't think I'm cut out to be a contestant on any of the shows, and no offense to any of the shows, no offense to anyone at all. But I just, I've seen firsthand up close what these kids are put through and how they have to be so mentally strong and so alert. And I just think that, I don't think I have it. And more importantly, I wouldn't want to. Well, I'm going to give the cliched line from all the Hindi movies. Pyar dosti hai, dosti pyar hai. If there's no friendship, if that if your base, your foundation of mutual respect, mutual trust, transparency, understanding, realizing that you love the person that you do not because of but in spite of, then it's not love. There is infatuation, or it's just a passing phase. uh, you need to be with a person who makes you want to be a better person. And I feel that's the beauty of Splitsvilla, because there are a lot of people who come in and they think, okay, maybe they'll make a connection for the sake of the show and blah 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 blah. But I genuinely believe, when we saw it firsthand, that until and unless you don't have a genuine, organic, real connection, which stays real even when the cameras are not rolling, and I observe everything on set, you're not going to win. You might go far, you might do well, you might reach the knockout phases, maybe. You're not going to win the show. So it's in your best interest that you start. And as Walt Disney once said, it you got to kiss many frogs to find your prince. Fair. Test the waters, no worries. But once you hone in and zero in on who you want to be with on the show, then you got to be with them and them only. That's how you give yourself and them the best chance of going all the way. Well, all I can say to all my fans and all the fans of the show is that, firstly, thank you for tolerating me over the last decade. It's only because of you guys' patronage that I'm still here, getting to live my dream life and getting to do what I love most, which is act, meet cool people, travel the world, get to interact with all you wonderful people. And just like you all have given me love, especially in the OTT space as an actor, and now with my film Yoda out last week, I hope you all continue to do that with Splitsvilla. Just come with an open mind. If you compare me with anyone else, you're setting yourself up for disappointment, because, as I said earlier, there's no point mimicking someone else. But if you give me a fair chance, and I think that you will, I feel that we're going to have a lot of fun this season, because the word that I've been hearing from everyone on set is that we can a damn good season, and I think just give it a fair shot. So, God willing, inshallah, there can be many, many more MTV Splitsvillas, because it's a fantastic concept, and according to me, a very, very evergreen concept. It's a constantly evolving beast. So let's evolve this concept and the show together.